This week, we talk Nintendo Switch. Is Nintendo innovative, or is it just gimmicky? We give our thoughts and some debate. We also answer some fan mail, and the cat grows thumbs. This is Modern Retro. Welcome back to Modern Retro, episode 17. I'm joined in the dungeon here by the Roycef.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
And through the interwebs in the closet, joined by Aaron.
Kick it in the closet. Kick it in the closet.
Aaron's hanging in the closet.
I don't know how other podcasts record, but a dungeon in a closet, I think that's probably unique.
I don't know, probably. Is it
That might be a name for the podcast.
Dungeon in the closet or Dungeon and the closet?
Dungeon in the closet. In the Armenian kitchen.
You leave the kitchen alone. So we got a couple of things to touch upon today, and our new segment. I didn't get any feedback on that segment other than good job, guys. So
From
hopefully-
Ripple? Ripple?
Yep. He's from Ripple.
for Ripple? He's gotta message us and actually tell us. Is it like ROO?
He did, and one of the.
As in UH.
Yeah, in his email he said
it
he
was
pronounced it
Rupel,
right.
I believe. Yeah. So he
Rupees.
Mike is like our new super fan. We used to have another super fan in a previous incarnation of this.
Yeah, I'll call him the Uno fan.
The Uno fan.
Yeah, fan. Yeah.
I don't know where you're going with that.
Because he's the one fan. He's like the best fan we have.
No, we got other fans.
No. He's the number one fan. That's what I meant.
He's the most
Super fan.
active fan.
Yes.
But
Kick ass, buddy.
where is he? He sent us an email, and we'll address that shortly in the podcast here.
Did he send any pictures of him in those glasses? I heard
He
but
sent
now
nudes.
Yeah, he did. I didn't share those nudes.
He sent the
Oh
nudes.
boy, those are good.
Very
Lots
classy
of
of you,
hair,
Cuba.
lots of
Thank
hair.
you.
They're the Bordeaux style.
All
is it
natural.
boudoir? That's boudoir, right?
All natural.
with the lace.
Just the glasses.
Exactly. Those are the ones you want. Well, I'll send you those.
I just imagine that. Just like if I was gonna take a picture of me wearing glasses and send it to you, you know damn well I'd rest it right upon my shaft. You know what I mean? Like, you know goddamn well I would.
No, I sent him the cool R2 flat lens aviators. And, like the blue on them, it just pops, and the friggin'
Paps.
it pops.
That was the most Rhode
what do
Island,
you call it?
I've ever heard you sound.
The ear things, like the rubber temples on it are like the sparkly blue shit.
I think I have like the kid version of that one, right?
I don't know. I don't think there was a kid version. Those are the adult.
I think I
glasses.
got my kid like a pair. I thought it was a pair of the R2s, but just they're small.
What you looking up, kid?
Then you got the kids glasses. There was no aviators.
No, it wasn't aviators. They were like sporty ones.
Yeah, those are the kids'
Yeah.
glasses.
Would you say, Roy?
I said, what you looking up over there?
None of your business. You don't look at my screen. That's like things that might be inappropriate.
Oh, inappropriate for children?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Got to be 21 plus to look at my screen and my browser history.
I wish I was 21 again. I'm old. Dude, that cat just weirded the fuck out of me. Just came out of the darkness like a goddamn demon.
Darkness.
Darkness, get away from me. You fur demon.
All right, so what I want to cover right now is, and Roy, you weren't really impressed, I guess, but this past week, Nintendo announced the Nintendo Switch, the newest Nintendo gaming system. It's going to be launching on March 3rd, and it's going to go for $300. And
yeah,
I'm kind of excited. This actually looks really cool. It looks very impressive. If it can
doesn't look $300 cool.
No, it's maybe pushing $200 used cool when I'll buy it. It's Hey, and what are your thoughts? I put the video and a bunch of game trailers on there.
Why don't you describe it a little bit?
Well, it's a Nintendo Switch. I mean, it looks like I almost feel like the Wii and the Wii U were almost like betas, like beta tests for this, for what they eventually came up with. Because part of the thing with the Wii U was it was supposed to be.
The controller was also like a gamepad.
It was like a tablet,
Yeah.
so it was supposed to be portable, but it didn't deliver on that because as soon as you left like your Wi-Fi, it sucked. It didn't work. It had like PSP type of, or not even like DS type of graphics, like, and just the launch of games were just mediocre. Same thing with the Wii. There wasn't a good stretch.
But
of
didn't
games.
the Wii have?
And you think this one's gonna?
I know,
Be
Well,
I
I've
thought-
seen the
I thought
game.
the-
I've seen the game lineup, and it is better right off the bat with the game lineup.
But I thought the Wii had a whole suite of cool Mario games that came out, like the original. The
It was
remake,
the Wii. The
the
Wii
remake of the original.
Yeah, it had like the new Super Mario
Yeah.
Brothers, which the Wii I have slightly less complaints than the Wii U. I didn't play the Wii U. I never touched the Wii U. I had no interest in the Wii U. I played the Wii. I'm not a huge fan of any of the gaming systems where you have to jump around with the controller and move your arms in a non-angry gaming way.
Yeah.
That's how I play.
I can attest to this. So, like, I have Xbox One. That's my primary, obviously, but I have the Wii, and I was like, this thing's just sitting around doing nothing, so I made it so that it holds all my emulators and ROMs, so I can play basically like any system, any game on it. But just navigating to that menu with those fucking
That's
nunchuck
fucking
thing,
annoying.
it is infuriating. Like, I don't even know how to express how angry I got. By the time I got to fucking Maximum Carnage on Sega Genesis, I was in a rage because I was just like, would you acknowledge my hand
But it's the
motion?
same thing with
Fucking please.
you were big into the Kinect for the Xbox.
Kinect's way
No,
different.
no,
The
I
Kinect is an
remember
actual-
like waving my hand like I was trying to flag a fucking taxi
I remember-
to try to like get the menu thing to work and everything, and then you're like,
Xbox
Well-
on.
yeah,
Xbox. Bing. Bing. Boobies.
No, I remember all of that.
How many
but
times did we try that?
it was still more accurate than anything that the Wii came out with, and where it excelled was when you, for like the things that actually it meant to be for. So like the exercise shit, that was fantastic. When like I was playing Mass Effect 3 and it had voice commands, that was awesome. Like it and it's definitely gotten better as, Xbox One came out and stuff like that. But the Wii, it's just, what the fuck, man. And I don't need your weird ass innovation, because it's not innovation, it's just you went in some fucked up direction. And this new Switch is basically an iPad mini tablet that you can attach controllers to that are similar to the Wii, but also have a dock that plugs into your TV. Like, it's like the big news was, hey, it has Skyrim. Who the fuck gives a shit? I've been playing Skyrim for 2 goddamn years.
That's just surprising of a title for Nintendo to carry, in my opinion. No, it gets rid of all that fucking Wii shit. I mean, it is, yeah, it's like I don't even know how, I'm trying to figure out the best way to describe it for anybody who has not seen the launch video or anything yet. So, I mean, it looks like a tablet, but it has 2 little controllers like attached to the side that can come off the side. You put the tablet part into like a home base, which is like the actual, I'm assuming, like gaming system itself.
The console itself?
The console, yeah. And then you can use the little side ones as like a regular controller, or I'm not sure if you can use like a Wii controller, but as a regular controller, or you can actually have a separate regular controller. And then you can take these things, put them back on the side, take your game with you, and again, we'll see when it launches, but in theory, it's actually supposed to work. Unlike how the Wii U didn't quite work with that, this works. Like, yeah, you pause your game, you put it on the mobile, and then you go on the train, as like the commercial showed. And then like you can, because it's like you can take apart the two little side handles into controllers. You can play like 2-player games with people.
Yeah.
And they have like different controllers. Like they're showing on their website you can put the controller into a steering wheel thing. I'm assuming for racing games and shit like that.
Look, here's the thing about Nintendo. Aaron was right. They need to stop trying to be quote-unquote innovative. Because innovation is not what sells Nintendo. What sells Nintendo is the first-party games that go back to our sense of nostalgia. Right? That's the only reason why.
Innovation was what used to sell Nintendo.
How long ago, though? When?
How long? While ago.
No. How Super Nintendo? Are we talking Super Nintendo?
No, because I think they're pretty innovative up until the Wii. I mean, and even the Wii.
The GameCube was not innovative.
I really liked the GameCube.
I liked it too, but
I thought Tiny Discs was the way it was going to go.
But you can't tell me that the
it was.
GameCube was innovative. It was as basic as a console as it gets, despite the weird, bubbly, lumpy controller, which is probably the most awkward one I've ever used, besides the 64, which is also Nintendo.
No, 64 is the weirdest one with the big protrusion in the middle.
Yeah, Nintendo needs to stop. It needs to stop doing that and just
So you want Nintendo to be just like the PlayStation and the Xbox?
It's the only reason we get them. We like Nintendo. All right, I'll put it this way. Let me reverse your question. If PlayStation leased, and say you didn't have the systems, say you didn't have a PlayStation 4. If PlayStation leased all the first-person Nintendo titles that they're going to make, the new Zelda, all this other stuff, which would you buy? The innovative Nintendo? Or would you buy the PlayStation, because the PlayStation is a reliable platform, or the Xbox One for Aaron, that has those titles? The only reason you'll buy a Nintendo is to play the games they provide, not the innovation. The innovation is bullshit. It's all stuff that 4 years from now we'll forget about.
All right, first, I feel like a politician. Let me handle that first part of your question there. Right, so first,
what's the question? The question is
first. Yes, if PlayStation had like this new Zelda, Breath of the Wind or whatever it is,
Breath of the Wild,
Breath of the Wild,
Winds of the Wild.
I don't know. Whatever it is. The new one. It looks fucking good. It's cell shaded. There's talking in it, which is new to Zelda. It looks beautiful. Looks great. Looks epic. I want to play it. That's why I want to buy this. Yes. This new Mario, it looks it's like essentially a sequel to Mario 64, which is fucking awesome. Yeah. Like I liked the side-scrolling remake of the Mario Brothers, but dude, Mario 64 was a fun fucking game.
No, the new Mario didn't look like that. It looked like the old Spider-Man 2 game for GameCube if you threw Mario in there instead of Spider-Man. That's what it looks like.
I don't know what game they're talking about there. Spider-Man at GameCube?
You didn't see it? It was
yeah, you try to make a deep cut and you missed the vein on that one, sir.
No, seriously, the Mario game that they showcased, at least in the trailers that I saw, was him like in the real world.
No, that was
like,
one level.
Like
you didn't
New
watch
York.
that. You never finish watching anything, and you only read titles and never read the article. If you actually watch the rest of that trailer, you see the various crazy, awesome, regular Mario worlds that he goes to.
Well, yeah, obviously, but it looks like he's going into the real world kind of thing. But that whole level looked like Spider-Man 2, just replacing Mario.
Okay, fine, whatever. One level is the real world. I have no problem with Mario
I would totally buy that for Xbox One.
It'd actually be kind of cool. Like it'd harken back to the original the movie.
Yeah,
you know, if all of a sudden he went into imagine Paper Mario. Remember how you could? Was it Paper Mario? No, I'm thinking of the Link game where you could go from 3D to 2D.
Yeah.
And work around walls and
that was one of the DS games or something, right?
Well, if you could do that where it was just a different dimension, where you went into a different dimension, all of a sudden you're in the real world, like a ripping fucking fabric.
I'm sure there's a cool explanation for it. I mean,
it's me, Mario.
Yeah, Mamma Mia. So you threw me off. What was I saying? Oh yes. So if these games were available on PlayStation, yeah. I'd get them for the PlayStation. But now, I'm excited for this new Mario system because what they're doing
Hold on, what did you just call it?
Mario system.
Exactly. I win this argument. Anything you say after this is null and void.
It's
I
like
win.
Kleenex. It's
Bang.
Just,
You
like,
just
everybody
sir,
calls it all Kleenex, but it's
sir. No, you just grabbed it by the pussy.
what?
That's what you did. You just gaffed.
No,
you just
I didn't-
fucked up. You just fucked up. Son.
I didn't come anywhere close to its pussy. I just watched its pussy from afar. If I'm excited for this new Nintendo system for the innovation. It looks cool. If it actually works, if it delivers on what it's promising, what it's showing in the launch trailer, what it's theoretically supposed to be able to do, I think that's really cool. I think that's what video games need, because it's combining everything. It's into one thing. It's combining the console gaming system that you keep at home and you play your fucking cool fun games on, multiplayer games. I don't know. This is Nintendo, so yeah, there's probably not a lot of multiplayer games or anything like that. But to your point, if this works and if this becomes really popular, if this puts I almost said Mario, if this puts Nintendo back on top, you bet your goddamn ass that PlayStation and Xbox are gonna start putting their research and development into taking this technology and perfecting it, and then we're gonna have Mario,
No.
the Mario Brothers.
I'm telling you. The only reason you want it is because Mario.
No, I'm
Seriously.
making a valid point here. If this takes off, the other gaming systems are going to make their own versions, newer, better versions of this, and we're going to love it. And we're going to be like, oh, this PlayStation portable, whatever the hell it is, the PlayStation Switch is so fucking cool. It's the greatest gaming system now. But that's going to be thanks to Nintendo.
Okay, I'll give you that Nintendo, if you could give personalities to, you know what I mean, to each, you would label Nintendo as run by dreamers. You know what I mean? Like they do. They try to come up with fantastic things. But the thing is that they never do it well. They never do it right. Maybe they don't do it well. Maybe they don't do it right. They come out with the idea, but they never fully capitalize, flesh it out the way it is. And then you're right. Sony and Microsoft do take the inklings of those ideas and turn them into something good. So I suppose I'll concede the point that you need Nintendo to come out with these ridiculous ideas so Sony and Microsoft can expound upon them and make them better. But I don't see the whole point of having a whole tablet as a controller with a detachable controllers off the main controller that you hook up to the console and that you can take it. This is a system built for kids.
Yeah, but you're also the dude who didn't see the point of smartphones for a while.
Well, I have to disagree with Roy too, because it's not.
I wish you could have just saw
like
Roy's face,
just
because
shook my-
he was you like half rolled your eyes, you looked up to the left, and you opened your mouth to say something, but then you were like, "No, you're right."
Well, you're true on that.
Well, listen.
I'll give you that.
Like Roy I think is completely wrong with if Nintendo had a personality, it'd be like a dreamer. Because I watched, a good portion of the Nintendo conference, and who's running the company is like 80-year-old Japanese men.
Well,
okay?
that's their
They're not in tune with-
population.
They're not in tune with technology to the point of making it actually innovative. So you have, like, the PlayStation and Xbox have dabbled in camera stuff like the Kinect, right? That was the future. But now, the past year has been nothing but VR. And I even saw, like, a VR exercise thing where you're, like, floating like a flying squirrel in a VR set that, like, pivots and stuff like that. That's the future of gaming as I see it. That's like where the avenue is going is virtual reality. And if you spent any time in virtual reality, it's fucking
I think
amazing.
that's a niche.
when
I
it
don't
comes
think
to
that's
gameplay.
going to be the complete future of gaming.
I don't think
think-
it's going to
what-
be the complete
so-
future either, but I do agree with what Aaron's saying right now. When I said they're dreamers, I mean that they're always this weird, like Sony and Microsoft will be, hey, this is the mainstream, this is what we're doing. And then I guess maybe dreamers is the wrong word. Maybe hipster's the right word, because they're like, we're not, Nintendo's like, we're not going mainstream, man. That's too cool. Like, they want to do their own.
We're going to make you play in the living room with the two nunchuck things.
They're like
boxing game that looks
They're this like really bizarre, like parallel evolution, like an offshoot that broke off like years and years and years ago. So there's something completely different, but they had the same origin.
That's just it. Like I look at Nintendo and it just makes me sad because I'm like, these graphics are 2 generations ago. Your concepts are 2 generations ago. Your whole fucking attitude is so old-fashioned. And then I see the people presenting it, and they're presenting it to me like I'm a 5-year-old.
Because that's what their
And it's
target
like,
audience is kids.
Yeah,
You
but
shake
you can't
the
deny
controller.
that you're gonna play like the new Mario Kart like fucking crazy or
And that's the only the first first party titles are the only ones that are gonna be the ones that people buy this for. And once that is exhausted, like it always is, there'll be no reason to fucking play the games. But give me, we'll say 8 really, really good Wii or Wii U games for each system, mind you.
I don't have it up right now, but I have a list of games coming out for the Switch.
All right, we'll list them off.
Let's see here. We have Dragon Quest 10, 11,
good game.
Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2, Skyrim, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Let's see. Just Dance 2017.
So you're gonna give me a list besides Mario titles.
And Just Dance is a camera game.
You're gonna give me a list of titles that is either like, God, when did Skyrim came out? Like literally 7 years ago.
Yeah, it was a while.
7 years ago. You're gonna give me a list besides the first-person titles of all dog shit or old games. There's nothing.
Well, it's the new Sonic game. It's a completely new 2D side-scrolling classic Sonic game.
Which would be cool, but again, they bought Sega, so that is now
1996.
Yeah, I know, huh? that is now a isn't that a first party Nintendo game since they bought Sega?
First, second, I don't know.
I would call it first. I mean, it's not a third party developer.
Super Bomberman
Stop
R.
tapping
That's
on your
not
shit.
that's not us. That's his kid upstairs.
That's a baby. That's a baby.
Got a baby in a cage over here. Cuba runs a tight ship.
I don't know. It's so antiquated. It's
I'll put it.
ridiculous.
I'm excited to see how it goes. I'm not gonna buy it brand new. That's for goddamn sure.
And that right there goes to show me how you're. I'm not saying you're talking.
I wouldn't buy an Xbox or PlayStation brand new. I'm cheap. I buy shit used or refurbished.
Okay, yeah. All right. I thought you were saying because you're not.
No, I mean, if I did buy things brand new, I wouldn't buy this the day it came out. Like, I don't buy anything the day it comes out. I want to see what bugs it has and let other people deal with it, and then I buy it.
And that's what I feel like the whole company of Nintendo and each console they come out with and each idea it is, you never want to go, all right, then when they come out with robotic eyes that can see for a mile, you don't want to get the first generation.
No, right, I'll get version 2.0.
Yeah, well, fuck, I'll wait till version 3.0. Okay? You get the bugs way out.
Yeah.
Nintendo comes out with these either their ideas or technologies or whatever it is, and they're never to fruition. They're never as good as they can be.
I'll put Nintendo.
I feel like Nintendo. Not to cut you off. I feel like Nintendo is their farm league. It's the farm league of video games. They come up with things, and then later on, Microsoft and Sony pretend like they came up with it, and then they do it 10 times better.
Those bastards.
Yeah.
I'll put Nintendo in terms that Aaron will find amusing. I see Nintendo as Vegeta. It was the best at one point. But then Goku surpassed it. And no matter what Vegeta does, every time he becomes better than Goku, Goku still surpasses him. So now Goku is either PlayStation or Xbox. That's how I see Nintendo. It's constantly like, why? I'm the best. I should be better than him. How is he beating me? Now I'm the strongest. And then Xbox does something and goes, fuck, I have to train harder.
No, but see, here's the thing is,
that hasn't happened for 7 years.
Nintendo,
like that
since PlayStation, since the God, I don't even know what generation it is, but since GameCube.
No, I mean, I'll say with the Wii was innovative.
No, but it was not. But it was not the best.
It was not the best, but it was innovative because both PlayStation, the Xbox came out with the Kinect after that, and then PlayStation came out with that magic wand shit. So
move.
They tried to emulate that. Wii U was a complete failure.
Yeah,
absolute failure.
But you were saying, oh, they're the best. The only reason Nintendo can claim at times to be the best is because they come out with their next generation before Microsoft and PlayStation.
Well, no, I'm saying put to my Dragon Ball analogy, Nintendo was the best. Nintendo was
They
the
were.
only one for good 15 years, maybe 20 years. Like there was like Atari, and then Nintendo came out, and it's like, holy shit. And Nintendo was just the best, fucking stayed strong. And then Sega came out, and then that was like the beginning of the great schism.
Yeah.
The gamers were like merged to the Nintendo side and then to the Sega side. But I feel, and I had both. And Sega had some cool games. They had like darker games, and their Mortal Kombat had blood.
Yes.
So that was like a selling
They didn't
point.
have that gray sweat.
Yeah. You didn't have to put in a cheat code to get the blood. But like, I feel that Nintendo still, in the end of that rivalry with Sega, still edged out in the end over Sega.
I would say because they had better first-party characters and games.
Yeah, Sega had Sonic, and like, that was it.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. I mean, I would go and say that the Sega had slightly better graphics. I felt like things were brighter, things looked better.
Well, Sega was 18-bit.
No, 16.
16
And then,
bit.
but then they had a 32-bit. They had a 30. I have the big one. They had
Yeah,
a smaller
yeah.
one. I got 3 Sega Genesis at home. I have the tiny one that just came
But
out.
there wasn't that much of a difference.
No, there really
you know,
wasn't. Things
in
were
between
bright.
those
Things were
ones.
a bit brighter, a little bit more
Yeah.
polished.
And then Nintendo pulled way ahead with the 64.
Yeah.
Like, that was just like mind-blowing.
And that's where Sega fucked up. Because if you look back,
They went to like Dreamcast or something
well,
like that.
even before that, they went from their 16-bit to their 32. And when while they were working on that 32, Nintendo was looking ahead, and they came out with a 64.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then Sega did, oh, fuck. So they tried to come out with the Dreamcast, which is just a failed console,
Yeah.
which sucks because, by all accounts, the Dreamcast was actually a really good system. It just didn't work out. The marketing didn't work, and
I think it was too expensive, too.
there was something to do with the date it came out, and they just botched the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then that's when PlayStation came in and filled in the, Sony
Right,
came in.
and that's what I'm saying, where Nintendo, for so long, it was like touch and go with Sega for a while, but Nintendo pulled ahead. It pulled way ahead, like I said, with the 64. And then you're like, all right, Nintendo is king. And then PlayStation comes out, and you're like, what is this? Games on CDs? This is madness, I say. Madness! Yeah. But
Where does it say?
But even still, it was like, all right, like, I still like Nintendo. And then they came out with the GameCube, and you're like, ooh, tiny CDs. Yeah. All right, Nintendo, we're good. But like, wait a minute, your game selection isn't that good. And then the PlayStation 2 came out, and then Nintendo just like, that was it. Like,
they became the new Sega.
Yeah, exactly.
Really
The
did.
PlayStation, the Xbox, and then PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and then Nintendo just got buried. Yeah, it just completely lost the race.
I don't wish ill will upon Nintendo. I want them to do well, sheerly out of nostalgia. I have an original NES. It's in my console. I have like a stand that I have all my games and shit on. And I play it. I do play it. I am mad that I can't play Duck Hunt with my kid, though, because when you pull the trigger on an LCD screen, it doesn't have the glass tube in back to bounce the signal back. So
I never even thought of that.
my poor kid is sitting there like, I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. We tried to play Nintendo, and she had a little bit of a rough Mario. So I was making the opposite mistake that you did. You were saying Mario, I was saying Nintendo. We tried to play Mario, and it didn't really work. So I was like, oh, we'll try Duck Hunt. You'll be really, really good at that. So she got right up on it and started pulling that trigger. So dun, 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 rah, rah, pow, pow, pow.
You're gonna have a bunch of dead pixels in your
I know,
flat screen
right?
like, when you
And
go
then
back.
just nothing, and she got upset, and I kind of put fucking Blue's Clues together over here, and I figured out, there's no glass tube to reflect that back.
I probably wouldn't even put that together. I would have been like, what the fuck's wrong with this fucking thing?
No, Nintendo didn't have the
What adapter can I buy?
Yeah.
Nintendo didn't have the damn foresight for LCD TVs.
I don't know. I mean, I would love to play the game. Like, I'd love to play the Mario. I'd love to play Zelda. But guess what? I never played Twilight Princess because that same shit was going on with the Wii and all that
Oh, really?
nonsense.
I played that. It was
Yeah.
a decent game. Wind Waker. Wind Waker
I mean-
was, besides Link to the Past, the best Zelda game.
Can you
And that was on GameCube.
Well, that was on
Yeah.
Cube. That was
Can
on
you
GameCube.
imagine?
Twilight Princess came out for Wii.
I know, I played it. Beat it. Good game.
Well, I didn't. So I would love to play the games, but I'd love them to be third party. Like I would give you my money if you went third party and just put it
There
on
you're
Xbox.
gonna say I'd give you my nut.
Or even my phone. My fucking phone can play it at this point because Nintendo's so
It's
far
got the
behind.
Nintendo Run or whatever now you can get on your phone, like the new Mario game.
Hey,
Yeah, it's Nintendo. Wait for the fucking Scorpio to come out with VR. There you go.
That'd be
No
that'd
Nintendo.
be cool. VR, like Mario in VR. Can you imagine like running around and like jumping on Goombas and shit?
that'd be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool.
You come into your room, you just run into place. Yeah! Woohoo!
Yeah.
Woohoo!
You have to hit that pitch too in order to jump. It's like you can't just jump. You have to go wah wah wah.
Oh, that'd be good. Dude, that'd be great. Then we'd have a reason to dress up like Mario and Luigi again. I
Yeah.
come into your house like, dude, you ready to play?
I'd have to borrow Aaron's fat suit again.
Yeah, man. Can you imagine what if they leased those titles out to, say, Sony and Microsoft? What they could do? Do you think that they would?
Shit would
What were you gonna?
shit would be bigger than a Call of Duty launch. It would be.
But they
insane.
wouldn't lease them out. I mean, you're not gonna lease out your fucking
Because
pride
it's-
and joy.
Because it's the only thing that holds.
Not when you're 80 years old and you don't know fucking good
it's
business
the only
anymore.
thing because those titles are the only thing that keeps Nintendo afloat.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you that.
That's
It really
it.
is. Like, I remember.
I don't need detachable. If I want to play Wind Waker, or rather any of the new Zelda games and shit, I shouldn't have to have a weird ass detachable controllers that I can use as nunchucks that slap onto a tablet that slaps onto the console. It makes no fucking sense. Just give me an ergonomic controller.
Well, you can
great
you can use a regular controller, and if you look at the picture here, this thing here, those are the little side controllers. That's the screen in there. You can use it's a regular size controller, or you can buy something that looks very similar to like an Xbox controller.
Well, if they can do that, and they have my support. I mean, they're not gonna do well once the new, PlayStation or the newest thing from Microsoft and Sony come out. Nintendo will get buried again.
Probably, but
Buried.
I'm looking at this as two separate things: the Nintendo games and the Nintendo console. I'm approaching it from two different directions.
Yeah, but the only thing that pushes those consoles are those Nintendo games. You can't separate them.
Well, you can't tell me that if they had PlayStation games, if they had The Last of Us on Nintendo, you wouldn't play Last of Us on Nintendo.
because the Nintendo consoles are never as good as both Xbox or.
We'll have to see. We'll see in March. I mean,
Graphics suck, man.
the
They
graphics
suck.
for these games, like,
Are still captured shots. Those are not real games. Those are not. When does the system come out?
March 3rd. We'll see. We'll see how Skyrim looks. That will be the test of the Nintendo graphics.
No, that doesn't count because that game's 7 years old, so it'll look perfect on that fucking.
No, it's remastered now.
So they can play a remastered version of a 7 or 8 year old game on this new console.
Right,
Huzzah!
but you're saying that Nintendo graphics suck without looking at, like, all they've shown in this are stylized games, which is what Nintendo does. We don't know what the visual power of this new Nintendo system is compared to the PlayStation Xbox until we see what Skyrim looks like.
That's a possibility. I'm taking this stance for entertainment purposes.
I'm taking this stance because I'm 2 beers in and Liz ate most of my pizza. I'm hungry.
I haven't even eaten dinner yet. Oh, sad boy. Yeah, I wish them well. Hope they do well. Hope it does fantastic. Maybe if they get some money, they can actually do some really, really good things instead of just claw at the surface for air because they're constantly drowning. But, man, I just don't see it. There's nothing in their history past probably the GameCube that shows me that at all.
Well, maybe we'll change that. Maybe this was finally their big comeback.
I hope so.
This is Nintendo's, second renaissance.
They need to let third-party developers make more games for them.
Well, maybe in 50 years when these 80-year-old Japanese men die and the younger ones take over, then something will happen. But I don't know. We'll find out.
Depressing.
That's not depressing. I'm excited. I'm excited for this. I think this is cool. I think it.
Move along.
I know. Both me and Aaron are like splashing fucking freezing cold water on your little joyous flame over here. Like, yeah.
Hey, fuck you.
It's a me, Mario.
I think it'll be interesting. We're gonna have an interesting spring to see how the Nintendo is, because you'll find out right away if this is a failure or not.
Yeah.
I don't judge things by pre-order, but I definitely think within the first 2 months, if they don't sell a substantial amount.
Yeah. I'll give it 6 months, because they do sell on the strength of those titles. You have to wait till people get tired of that first rush of first-party games that they have.
Well, that's the thing too. Is like they're releasing the titles like very strategically.
They're spread out. They have to.
Yeah, really spread out. Although they're launching it with the Zelda game first. The Mario game isn't coming out till like November, so in time for Christmas.
Yeah, they have to do that. Otherwise, the system will die on the vine. It doesn't speak well.
No, they need to go balls deep and release all the games now.
Yeah. That way you can get out of your system, and we can talk about actually important good systems like the PlayStation and the Xbox. Bazinga!
Woof. Woof.
Ooh. Hot take. Hot take.
That was harsh. That was harsh.
I hate... What is that from? That Bazinga?
Oh, that's, the fuck you call it? Aaron, what's the name of...
Big Bang Theory.
I hate that show. I only said it to be a dick because I hate that so much.
Yeah, everyone hates that show. I love it.
Have you ever watched it without the laugh track?
Yeah,
No.
it's awesome without the laugh track. It's
No,
even better.
it's not. It's horrendous. We got to do that.
That's the
we gotta
point
do it
of
after.
it.
Big Bang Theory without the laugh track?
Yeah, if you look up Big Bang Theory without laugh track and you watch it, you're like, what the fuck?
Well, like the first like 3, maybe 4 seasons were good, but then just like every other sitcom and especially the sitcom that this dude, what's his name? He did, it's the same guy who did 2.5 Men. Like, it becomes so formulaic and so redundant that it just becomes unfunny. And I guess it's not necessarily just this guy. It's every fucking sitcom, because How I Met Your Mother was good and funny for the first couple of seasons, and then it just got fucking so repetitive and boring.
Yeah.
I can't even watch sitcoms anymore. I can't watch something with a laugh track unless it's a parody of something with a laugh track.
Netflix changed the game.
It really did.
I mean, and other shows like anything on AMC, you know what I mean?
That's not to say I don't like funny shows, but just... I don't know. Big Bang Theory, it needed to end. I don't know what's going on now, but last I saw, I'm pretty sure they all banged Penny, and that's just kind of like, unrealistic.
Yeah.
And I don't. They like started becoming less geeky, and I don't know. I did not like the way the show was going, and I'm like, this is just dumb. This is like a dumb show where they're throwing in comic book references. that's all it was.
I don't know. It ebbs and flows. Like this season's pretty good so far.
What season is it? Like season 20?
Probably. I don't even know.
All right, so we're gonna get a little fan mail right now.
Fan mail.
I'm gonna save that separately, and I'm gonna echo it.
Yes.
And I'm gonna reinsert it.
I like
That was like something out of Pee-wee. Just almost as creepy as anything on Pee-wee, but just with a little touch of Roy to
Yeah, we're
it.
gonna be like, we've got fan mail.
Fan mail. Oh, have you seen that Pee-wee on Netflix?
No, I haven't.
Oh, dude, go fucking see it.
I was never a Pee-wee fan.
Doesn't matter. My daughter has never seen Pee-wee, and we were sitting there watching this new Pee-wee.
I saw the preview. It's like him in his town, and then he's never left the town. Somebody comes in on like a motorcycle or something.
It's like Joe.
Joe Cool Guy.
Joe. I forgot I can't pronounce his last name. It's like Joe like Mandioga or whatever. Like the werewolf from True Blood.
Oh, I don't watch True Blood, but
Aaron, you know who I'm talking about.
I don't remember his name.
It's Joe. It's something like
DiMaggio.
It's like Magnolia or something like. It's something hard to pronounce, and it's hilarious because he plays himself, and he like goes to like Pee-wee's like malt shop that he works in, and him and Pee-wee become friends, and he's like, hi, I'm Joe Magnolia, and he goes, nice to meet you, Joe Magnolia. But he does like the whole movie, and he invites Pee-wee to his birthday, and like he's like, He's like, you never left this town. You gotta live. You gotta go. Come to my birthday in New York. So Pee Wee goes like on a road trip, and like periodically throughout the movie, while Pee Wee's sleeping, he'll have dreams of the dude, and like you say, never watched True Blood. He's a very handsome, ripped guy.
I saw the trailer.
He's man pretty.
Okay.
So so Pee Wee has like dreams about him like on the way to New York, but the dreams are so fucking creepy and trippy because they don't make sense and they're in Spanish. It's like
Did you like decipher what it all was?
I didn't have to decipher. I
Well, no,
understand what they say.
I meant for Kylie.
Oh no, I didn't explain anything. She's just sitting there. She just sits there like
just left her to fucking flounder.
Yeah,
like, what is this?
She's sitting there like her mouth.
She didn't do what I do and elbow you in the ribs and go Cuba.
Well, no, not for that. She did for another cartoon that we have the baby watch. That's all in Spanish, and she's sitting there going, "What's he saying?" I'm like, "I'm not translating fucking 30 minutes of this cartoon for
Why don't
you."
you teach your daughter how to speak Spanish?
It's easier said than done.
Yeah, we're having your baby watch it in Spanish.
Yeah, so I'm not speaking the Spanish. The TV's speaking the Spanish.
So why would you have a cartoon speaking baby Spanish?
Because so he hears the other language. Same reason Liz talks to him in Japanese.
I have a question. Does baby Spanish cartoons like do baby talk stuff? Like, do they go "por qué, por qué" like white people language?
No, it's just regular Spanish, but a little slower.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's not nearly as fun.
I
always wondered if mariachi music was like white people polka.
I mean, I'm not Mexican, so I can't say.
Speaking of Mexican, on Saturday you had a get together, and I couldn't make it. I had Jalen. I had my daughter. Yeah, don't take your kid to a Mexican restaurant.
Okay.
I took
Diarrhea.
No. Yeah, in the parking lot before we even got out of the fucking no. It's incredibly like messy, you know.
I don't know
what
what carnitas are.
No, like I have, I got something very simple with the tortilla. So we made what are they, fajitas, right? You get everything, you chicken and steak, and you make. It's like she was so confused. Like she was like, she's total.
I have to make the sandwich.
That's exactly what it was. It was like white, entitled, middle class American to perfection. She looked looking. She was just like,
this?
no. She was like, put all the stuff down, and I was like making it. She was like, Dad, you're making this? And I was like, yeah. She was like, why are we at a restaurant and you're making the food? Like she was just so confused.
You need to take your daughter some ethnic restaurants a little bit more, buddy.
Yeah, well, the thing is that
leave your comfort zone.
She wouldn't normally eat it. I had to basically force her to do this. You know what I mean?
All she gets is chicken nugs. That's it.
Yeah, usually it's all fucking.
You mean I have to dip the sauce?
I cook a lot of ethnic food, I guess. So.
Well, you're fucking. She's half. Your wife's half black. You're all Cuban, or do you have something else in there? I can't remember.
I'm
It's Cubish.
mostly Cuban.
Cubish. All right, you're Cubish. So yeah, of course it would come to look at me. I'm your typical European white dude.
You can Google how to make something not white.
I don't even cook. What
Cultural
are you talking
appropriation.
about? Yeah. Oh, exactly. That's why I could. I'm not even sure I could if I went to at the what is it the.
Roy walks
They have
into
like
a
the Spanish
bodega.
section. I know. Immediately shot.
Hello, mi amigo.
The funny thing is that
Necesito Mexicano comida.
don't even know what to say.
Hijo de puto.
Funny thing is that I've actually tricked people into thinking that I was Mexican before. Just
White people?
yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah. You
When
can
I
trick white people to thinking you're anything.
Whatever.
Most white people don't know what anything is.
I mean, I don't even have a response.
I want that on a T-shirt.
How dare you, racist bastard?
It's not racist when you speak the truth.
Yeah, when people do it, it's all of a sudden racism. As I pull up my racist shield.
Not racist to say all white people think that all brown people are the same thing.
All white people aren't the same thing.
No, but generally you have defining features.
So don't brown people.
All
Right,
white
but you
people
don't
look
see that.
alike too, and we smell like wet dog when we get wet. So deal with it.
You smell like mothballs.
Oh,
Not anymore.
he
That was
does.
when I lived with my mom and they were smoking around all the time. We figured this out. We figured this out
You
last
smell-
time. It was the smoke. The second
Now I just smell like sweaty underwear.
I
Spaghetti-o.
legitimately gagged. I don't know why. Don't know what I was thinking of him just storing mothballs in his pockets, like when we were younger we had like the big cargo shorts.
Yeah.
So just imagine him just stuffing mothballs to like get rid of the cigarette smoke from his mom, and then you said sweaty underwear. That is, God, it's like the third time I've gagged today.
Oh, because I'll never forget going over his house.
Giggity.
And like I knocked on the door. I'm like, and I'm waiting, and then I'm figuring. Because it was like early, well, not too early, but it's like 10 o'clock or something. So I'm like, all right, he's putting on pants, he's getting dressed, and like I just hear the door unlock, like, and then that's it. Like the door unlocks. Oh no, and like he opened, so he turned the handle, but like didn't open the door, just like unlatched it. So
What, is he living in a barn? Unlatched it?
the door latch. You unlock and unlatch. So I booted the door open. I was like, boom. And the two greatest things happened. He, halfway down like the hallway, turned in his underwear, nothing else, like a Yeti going, "Argh!" And his mom, from further on down, like the other end of the house, go, "Don't kick my fucking door!"
I just imagine him turning like the Patterson film for Bigfoot.
That's what it looked like. I have a picture of it somewhere. Because I actually took
no.
a picture because I don't even know how I was able to react so quickly. But it's like a fuzzy picture of him half-turned, slouching in his underwear, like making this just primal face.
Yeah, he put it side by side with the fucking Bigfoot sighting.
Oh, I think I did, yeah.
That's awful.
Oh, it's fantastic. Oh, your mom was so pissed. She got pissed at a lot of things I did.
Yeah. Well, you're good at pissing people off, I guess.
Yeah. That's why I tell my wife all the time. I'm like, you're going to get tired of living with me. People don't
Dude,
like living with me.
I have people that tell me, several people have messaged me and go, "Man, I just wait for Cuba to comment on your posts. What a dick."
I just don't like you. That's why.
It's like it's always a dick move. I'm like, I know, right?
Roy gets it.
I do.
Roy gets it.
Usually we double team his ass.
Yeah.
You
If
get
I
it from
really wanted to be a dick, boy.
we could make some deep cuts. But come on, it's all just in friendship. If we didn't make that's what defines men and women, is that women oh my God, Sarah, I haven't seen you in like 10 years. Oh, this is so nice. And then as soon as she leaves, they all conspire like, oh my God, that bitch. Guys, that's how you know you're lifelong friends. Is I'll look you in the face and be like, fuck you frickin' asshole. And you're like, fuck you too, you son of a bitch.
Right.
And then it's cool.
An outside party can't make fun of your friends.
Exactly.
Without your approval.
It's like nobody can beat up your sibling but you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if someone else came in and like some guy was fucking with you, posing on your shit, fuck you, all your art sucks, blah, blah, blah. Dude, me and Cuba would like close ranks like Spartans, lock our shields. Spartans, what is your profession? And we would lead the fucking charge against your goddamn enemies. That's what lifelong friends do. But in the absence of any of those enemies, we feed on each other like piranhas.
Exactly. It's survival of the fittest. It's made us strong.
We're predator. Yeah, it's a constant honing. You're just sharpening that blade. We're like hyenas or lions. We're predators. And as soon as one of us like limps, we dive on them. I mean, as soon as somebody fucks up, we just jump on his ass.
Indeed.
It's just, Aaron just has a permanent limp. That's all.
I'm taking a picture of that face right there. That was a good one.
Anyway, what fan mail? What's going on with this fan mail?
Let's get to our fan mail. This episode's already running too long anyways. All right. So, from Superfan Mike.
You want to read this out loud, or do you want someone else to read it out loud?
I'll read it.
Okay.
Hey guys, I have a huge gripe. Now, I understand that I'm late to the party on this one, but still, it's infuriating. My 4-year-old has recently discovered the turtles. Awesome, right? Well, here lies the issue. What in the actual fuck is with the swill that is being fed to kids on Nickelodeon? Why does April O'Neil have superpowers, granted by some magical crystal? Why is there a crystal period? Am I wrong in saying that she is a mild-mannered ace reporter with 0 martial arts ability? She's the goddamn damsel in distress. She makes this shit work. Why is she equipped with Bruce Lee banana suit and a dagger? What is this? She cannot fly. She has no powers. The turtles do not fight supernatural entities. And why is there a tiger and a fish? Where's Shredder? And don't even get me started on the space trip they took with the dinosaurs. Signed, What the Fuck, Ninja Turtles. All right.
Well, congratulations on being our first and most favorite fan mail.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, thank you for bringing us this random
Topic.
thing. Yes, I love it. So I love the Turtles. Roy, you weren't as big of a fan of the Turtles as Aaron and I. Am I correct? Just the Turtles in general.
Loved the original movie. Wasn't as big of a fan of Secret of the Ooze as everybody else, and obviously the third movie's dog shit. Never saw the animated movie, the one after that was supposed to continue that. Yeah, Raphael had like a suit or some sort. Never saw the Bayformers Turtles. I had some of the toys, liked the old cartoon when they were like, it's pizza time, guys, yeah! But no, I wasn't as deep as you guys. You guys had the comics, all the fucking toys. I was not nearly as deep as you guys. My daughter, when she maybe 3 years ago, was really into the new cartoon for a while. Mm-hmm. She really, really liked it. And the only reason I'll disagree, do we want to get right into his email now, or were you just asking an open question?
I was asking where you stood on the Turtles just as a base.
I like them. I think they're cool. Obviously a great idea. Fantastic. Ups and downs. I mean, they've had some really, really cool things and some really dog shit things.
And Aaron, you're a big Turtle fan, yes?
I am a mid-Turtles fan at this point because so much Turtle stuff has come out that I haven't kept up on. So I haven't watched the new series. The last series I saw was like the first season of when it looked like Jackie Chan Adventures.
Ah, yes.
I saw the first Michael Bay movie, and then I just cut off all ties after that. So I haven't seen the new 3D Nickelodeon movie. I think I got halfway through the new Bay movie, the second one with Rocksteady, and I just haven't picked it up again because it was like, oh god, I can't. No. So
the new animated show was pretty cool. I mean, it had some really cool things in it.
I'm gonna address some of Mike's points here, and I will say that I don't know how to phrase it. I haven't seen the new animated show since season 2.
You pretty much
watched the first 2 seasons, and then it's like it's not on Netflix or anything else, so I just simply don't watch it anymore. But I liked it. The first 2 seasons were good. It is definitely different from the previous cartoon show, not the previous, but the 80s cartoon show, and I don't know what they're doing with April, but they hinted from the beginning that she was special in some sort of way, and I do know that she got powers and shit. I don't know where Shredder is, Mike. I haven't got that far, but if you watch the first 2 seasons, Shredder is there, and Shredder is fucking badass.
They did do Shredder well.
His fight with Splinter, his history with Splinter is fucking awesome in this show.
And he fucks up the Turtles.
He does. Well, almost with the exception of the 80s show, Shredder always fucks up the Turtles.
Oh, man, the 80s Shredder. Wow! He's just like your classic, like, pull your...
Uncle Phil?
Yeah, it was Uncle Phil.
Yeah, but you just pull your cape over, like, over your face, like, I'll get you, and just, like, swoop away. Like, he was just, like, the
He's like,
idiot.
Krang, why?
I know, but he was such an idiot. Like,
yeah, well,
I'll get you next time.
The 80s Turtle show, we all look back at through, and I might get shit for this, I'm going to say it. we look back at it through the filter of nostalgia.
Oh, of course.
Because,
There's no shit there. That's absolute truth.
No, because it is actually a terrible show. Mm-hmm. I've gone back within the last few years, and I've watched some of that show. It is a fucking terrible, terrible show. Especially in comparison to the other the other Turtle properties. My first introduction to the Turtles was, like most other people, the 80s cartoon. But then I got the comic book, and I was like, oh my god, this is insanely different. And awesome and way better. And the Turtles cartoon was always campy, like the 60s Batman, essentially. And they've played off of that, because I know the new cartoon recently had like a crossover with the 80s one.
Which was really cool.
But, also for the...
they went through all the different types of turtles, like the universe. They went
in the new one? Because
they
they did that same exact thing in the previous Turtle show. The one that Aaron says looked like Jackie Chan Adventures, because the 25th anniversary came out while that show was on. So they did a thing where
then maybe
the
I'm
new
blending.
Turtles met the 80s Turtles, and then they met the original Mirage comic Turtles.
All right, well, maybe I'm blending those two totally different shows.
Because I know for the 30th anniversary now, with the new show, they did a similar thing, but as far as I knew, I didn't see the episode, but as far as I knew, they only met, like, the new Mirage Turtles. Not Mirage Turtles, the 80s Turtles.
Then
and they swapped the animation, like... Yeah. The 80s Turtles were 3D animated, and then the new Turtles were 2D animated, and it looked cool. I haven't seen it. I want to get back to seeing this show, but I will say, you're asking who's the tiger and the fish. You have to go back to the beginning of the series, and it answers that. And the thing with the dinosaurs, let us not forget that even the Turtles comic, after the initial darkness and, like, cool fighting the foot and everything of the original run of the Mirage comics, they went fucking balls ass crazy. In the later runs of the series, before the series got canceled, I'm talking comic book, and also 80s show, they went on crazy fucking things. The Utroms, which Krang was based off of, were from the original comic. They're space aliens. The Triceratons, which were the space dinosaurs, were from the original comics. The Fugitoid, or from the original comics. All these fucking things that, like, we look at and go, what the fuck is this? This wasn't in our childhood. No, it was. It was definitely an 80s cartoon, because I remember the action figure of the Triceratops, and I remember the action figure of the Fugitoid, and I remember all these action figures, the Rat King, and all that shit.
Dude, in the 80s,
there was another thing that I have it as a children's book. I made it like my Facebook profile picture, but I guess they had a story for Ninja Turtles that never came to fruition, where it was like they came across this artist who had a crystal that whatever he drew could bring shit to life, and Donatello and him started drawing some crazy shit and went to this other universe where there was like weird ass drawn people. And this was like one of those children golden books almost, like it was that kind of a age thing. And the end of this book was so sad. Like the artist shoved Donatello through the portal before it closed and sent through like a paper airplane as it closed up, and was like, have a nice life. It was like, Jesus Christ, is that like a kid's story? But no, I found out later on that it was like an inkling of the idea of where they were going to go with the show or the comic book. And it sounds like that the new cartoon is taking this like crystal idea and just tweaking it for April O'Neil.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with the new cartoon. It's its own thing for sure, and it has a lot of cool elements, but it definitely takes from a lot of sources. It has pretty much free reign of all things previously Turtles. And out of anything, I didn't see either of the two Michael Bay Turtles.
I know, that's why I called it Bayformer Turtles.
I didn't watch those. It's just out of principle. I hate that guy. It looked stupid. They looked terrible. I didn't see them. I refuse to see them. I have no interest in seeing them. I would have rather the craziness that's going on with the Nickelodeon cartoon, I'd rather they put that on film than whatever garbage Michael Bay just decided to throw up after a night of partying.
Yeah. You can obviously tell that the drugs in the 80s were way better than the cocaine they have now. Like, if you compare the two. Because
I don't
if you
even know
look
if
at,
they do cocaine
if
now.
you-
It's definitely cocaine.
Well, I was
in
going to
the
say, if
80s.
you look at what they came up with, you said the fugitoids, the tricera... What are they?
I think they're just called like the triceratons or
The
something.
triceratons, all this other shit, versus the stuff they're coming up with now. If you compare, man, those drugs are way better in the fucking 80s. God.
So here's my my sagely geeky advice. Just start the cartoon from the beginning. It's good. Enjoy it. Enjoy it with your kid. If your kid is into something, like a property like this, whether it's Ninja Turtles or go on Netflix and start watching Transformers Prime with your kid, he will love that. My daughter loved Transformers Prime. You know, she now knows, not because of Michael Bay, but because of Transformers Prime. She now knows Optimus Prime, Megatron, Starscream. And Transformers Prime is it's probably the greatest Transformers show because it takes everything good from every other Transformers source and makes a good, coherent show with it. So I would say where I left off with this Turtle show, that's what they were doing. They were doing like the best Turtle show that they could do, pulling from all these other sources. And like I said, if your kid is into it, just sit there and enjoy it with him. And for you, if you don't enjoy the show, I recommend going to the comic book store and picking up the current run of Ninja Turtles, the comic. It's from IDW, I think, is producing the new run. I have the first 3 volumes. It is awesome. It's a little more it goes fucking crazy. I'm not caught up by any means, but it goes crazy because that's what Ninja Turtles do. They fucking go crazy.
Last thing I remember, they killed Donatello.
Yeah, well, I don't think
Spoilers for Mike.
I don't think he actually stayed dead, but I mean, it's
Double
dark.
spoiler.
It's gritty. It was 4 years ago. It's dark. It's gritty. It has some great storylines. The Turtles' origin is tweaked to be very cool, and I won't spoil that, Aaron. So I think you should pick up the Turtles comic, have your kid watch the series, read the comic with them. You might like it.
If
FYE
anything,
also has the entire collection. I think one of the first episodes of this podcast, I sent you a picture of it where it looked like the Ninja Turtle van and it had all the DVDs of all the seasons. Pick that sucker up.
Yeah.
at worst, you can use this as a springboard to introduce them to, say, the movies, the films.
Oh, yeah. Like, I think your kid's, younger than my kid, Mike. So, I think, I'm going to guess he's 5, maybe. I might be wrong. Maybe he's older. I think I started my kid on the original Ninja Turtle movie at 4.
Yeah.
4 or 5.
Me too.
And
I was like, you sit, you watch.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, she loved it. And I say damn all the time. I mildly swear in front of my kid. But no, she loved it. We watched the first one, the second one.
What the hell's going on?
I don't know.
The cat's going nuts.
I don't recall if we watched. No, we've seen all of them. We watched all because I have the DVD that comes with all 4 movies, minus from the first to the animated one, but not the Bayformers ones.
Yeah.
So she watched all of them. She loved. There was
The third one was what? Turtles in Time.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There was a good month or so where we had to watch that first Ninja Turtle movie every other day, and I'm like, I'm cool with this. I am totally cool with this.
I just imagine your kid just get out on the back porch and just going, Splinter!
Damn!
Also, one other point he mentions is April O'Neil.
Yes.
I think that's just a current climate thing where you can't really have the pure damsel in distress thing anymore. They have to be, they have to have their own kick-ass property type things in their own right as far as females go.
I mean, based on what I saw, they logically make her not the damsel in distress. They also make her younger in this new show.
Yeah,
she's 16 or something like that. So you can't be a reporter at 16. She was still in high school.
Yeah, she was a high school reporter.
Yeah, so it's a different take on it. I think, and I didn't like that at first. In our old podcast, we talked before the show came out. I was way against it. There might be audio archive footage of me railing against this show before it even came out, just based on the artwork, and then after it came out, me raving about its greatness. So, I don't know. Just start from the beginning. Give it a shot. It was good. It's a good show, I think, especially if you love the Turtles. Roy's taking a selfie.
Well, I'll try to do it kind of, without.
We'll try to do it stealthy. When you do, you're making these broad strokes. Yeah, but you're like,
what the fuck?
That's what it looked like. You're like,
you went from playing like a cello to being a one-armed bird.
Oh, it's a good episode name. One-armed bird. All right, so I'm going to end this episode here. Unfortunately, we ran out of time to get into our modern retro segment, so we'll save that for next week. Okay.
This was kind of modern retro right here.
Kind of.
That's a good point.
That's the point of this podcast. We talk about nerdy things that we love, and that everything we loved as kids is new again. So, and that's the point of this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, this whole episode we talked about Nintendo, talked
Absolutely.
about Ninja Turtles.
This is some retro shit.
There you go.
That's the episode name.
That's some retro shit.
All right, guys. So thanks for joining us. Thanks, Mike, for writing us. If please, anytime, we'll do our best to answer your questions or ramble about them for 20 or 30 minutes.
Even if there's anything that you don't have what the heck?
Uh-oh.
Okay, well, Roy does something.
Roy's I don't know what he's doing.
Like, comment, and subscribe on all the things, but also definitely go to the YouTube and subscribe there, because I'm going to have 3 unboxings to do, because I just kind of got lazy.
Feed your fucking cat, man. He's trying to open the food all by himself.
Is that what the cat's doing?
Yes. I was like, what the hell? And then they walk over there and move the thing. Goes,
yeah, throw that bottle at him.
So
Izzy will get mad.
I have the December nerd block that I never did an unboxing for. Because I'm a Star Wars Smuggler's Bounty recipient, they sent me a Marvel box just for appreciation. So I got one of the Marvel Spider-Man boxes.
Can you hear
Wow,
that? Cube was doing battle with the cat over there.
I don't know how. I don't know how he opened that. He's not supposed to be. You need thumbs to open that.
I don't know.
They're evolving. They're evolving. Life finds a way.
Yeah, life did.
Yeah, we need to start killing. We need to start purging all the cats.
So as I was saying, like Funko, the Star Wars Smuggler's Bounty Company, sent me a Marvel box just out of appreciation, so I'll be unboxing that one, solely revolving around Spider-Man. And then the February Smuggler's Bounty comes out, so I'll be unboxing that as well. So stay tuned on the YouTubes.
Yep, check those out on YouTubes. I'm going to, not for like a month or so. I'm going to do Nerd Block. I'm gonna go through most of the categories in Nerd Block. I'll make an unboxing video. I'll decide then if I'll keep Nerd Block or go back to Loot Crate. I might go back to Loot Crate, do a Loot Crate unboxing, see if they got any better. I don't know. People in the past might have heard my complaints about Loot Crate, so we'll see. And we'll do some unboxing videos, and I'm sure we might do some. We're still figuring out ways to utilize the YouTubes, but right now, check out unboxing videos and our obviously our episodes. You can listen to them there on YouTube, and if you have any email questions and complaints about Ninja Turtles that you might want to get answered, you can always email us, like Mike, at modernretrocast@gmail.com. Like, you can like us on Facebook and Twitter and on our website.
iTunes?
iTunes is, where you...
what's our website?
Yes.
www.modernretrocast.com.
Oh, it's so retro that you put the W in
I
there.
know, it's
The
why I did it, because
World
we
Wide
are
Web.
the modern retro.
What'd you say?
I said the World Wide Web.
Yes,
should have said
yes.
http://www.
I think it's forward slash.
Wow. I was like 99% of the way there.
Yeah, so check us out there. Go to our website, as Roy just said, modernretrocast.com. That is the hub of our little universe. From there, you can find us on iTunes, where you can subscribe and leave a rating, as well as Stitcher. You can listen to all episodes on you can listen to all episodes on our iTunes page, as well as our website, and find us on YouTube. Have a good night, guys. Enjoy. Till next time.
Bye-bye.
Our endings always suck.
Young warrior clad in green, hears a princess distant scream. Armed with a sword and a shield, some bombs and a flute, the legend of a mute. Link cannot speak, all he does is shriek when he swings his sword, or falls off his horse in a pit or lava. Stopping to hack at the grass to find a rupee. No urgency, the princess so distraught. But first, he'll smash pots and throw a chicken or maybe 3 till they gang up in a flock and kill me. Hero who can travel through time, but he's at his best doing side quests. Sorry, Zelda, this dude wants some milk, so I'll get him milk, and hopefully the world won't end in the meantime.